second question is, what's the one AI service I would not be paying for yet? And I'm not sold yet fully, as I've just said, on the a la carte pricing. So I'm going to be very careful with the Fable 5 pricing as an example on the a la carte side. Of course, if it's useful, I'll be able to justify, hey, you can do this, so it saves time on that kind of thing. But these services are going through what I call the honeymoon phase. The early adopters are enchanted with, oh my God, these AI agents can do what they can do. There's a little bit of, oh, the parrot can talk kind of thing, and everyone's experimenting. We very rapidly went from token maxing to now token budgeting. I've written a lot about that. This is across businesses, etc. Meta itself literally swung in 2 months from having leaderboards on their engineers using hundreds of thousands of dollars of token compute internally, and then now there are dashboards that say, hey, you got to manage it to within this budget of X $1,000 per developer. So there is a question mark on pricing, and which ties to one of the core things we talked about this episode. But again, it's a different dynamic than we've seen in prior tech waves. The only time I can recollect this kind of an environment is literally the early days of online services in the mid 90s, where you had America Online that basically went up with the other way. They went to an all-you-can-eat subscription model on America Online against CompuServe, which had an a la carte model. They were the leader in terms of consumer online services, and America Online rushed to taking the market share 20-30% in the next 5 years, got big enough in the stock market to be able to buy the then biggest media company in the world, Time Warner, and the rest, as they say, there was history. So I bring up that historical episode because, number one, I was there in those rooms and at the front table, and I've seen this tussle with a la carte pricing and all-you-can-eat models that are subscription tiered, and that is something that we are seeing in across this range on services this time. So I wanted to highlight that. So that basically covers our discussion today. I wanted to highlight the Substack post from today, 11:35, where I've written about Meta. It was leaked that Zuckerberg might be considering an AWS-like services where he would offer excess capacity on his big AI infrastructure investments in the tens of hundreds of billions of dollars, just like SpaceX got $70 billion commitments from Anthropic and Google ahead of their IPO. There is the notion is that Zuckerberg could have his what I call ZWS, Zuck Web Services, tongue in cheek, kind of like what Elon is doing with what I call EWS, Elon Web Services. Again, play obviously on Amazon AWS. I actually wrote about Meta's AWS opportunity 2 years ago, that they had this potential to do this, and it's now interesting that they're doing it. The stock market, because they're excited about SpaceX, et cetera, is rewarding them. The stock was up 9% yesterday, over $100 billion, because, of course, Meta is $1.5 trillion company. And the two neo-cloud companies, two of the cloud services companies that compete with AWS and Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud, and I'm talking about CoreWeave and Nebius, each about 40, 50, $60 billion companies in the public markets, they each were down 15% or more, so billions of dollars of losses. Markets are reacting to all this, and right now they're saying, hey, if you want to build AI infrastructure